If you were to flip through the pages of the dictionary or look them up on the official website online, the definition for democracy is clearly stated. Government by the people. A form of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised directly by them or by their elected agents under a free electoral system. Although in the current world and year of 2024, people have differing views and opinions on the meaning of democracy. Though I don't often get political, but I figured I would put in my 2 cents on the subject. Because democracy is what runs the United States of America. It runs a good majority of the world. And if you ask me, my opinion of democracy is... the most game to be released as of the past 10 years, and one I almost completely glossed over too. Probably because I didn't have enough democracy in my bloodstream. Developed by Arrowhead Game Studios, Helldivers 2 dropped in February of this year, and it has been nothing but a positive little bugger all across the board. I shouldn't be talking this up though like this is the studio's only achievement. They've had big or just at least successful hits before, with 2011's Magicka, 2013's Showdown Effect, and even the studio's previous game, Helldivers 1. Both published by Sony, the Helldivers series are unique siblings because the firstborn is a cute, fun, very well made top-down shooter that you can play with your friends. Its younger brother is like if you took the whole bag of 10 milligrams, like the whole bag itself, like not like just separate like over time, like eating one of each, like you took the whole bag, you popped it open, you took all those edibles at once, and you sat down with a game controller in your hands, and you put on Saving Private Ryan. I've never played the first game, and maybe I will sometime in the future, but for an introduction to the series that is Helldivers 2, holy shit, what a way to be introduced. There's no real story to follow. You just are fighting for democracy against the automatons, and then the fucking... both separated into their own quadrants around Super Earth. You can actually momentarily defeat these enemies and have them appear off the live galactic map, but that only lasts momentarily. A cool addition nonetheless, like it definitely like does reinforce the feeling of like, we did it, yeah! And then they come back and you're like, oh man. The game works on a fully online basis, so you could jump into a random mission with your fellow democracy defenders and
okay, we need to get
ow! Or play alongside your ragtag gaggle of friends, and also
also when he can't stand up for himself.
Or go on your lonesome and... Being on the battlefield in Helldivers 2 is some of the most intense gameplay action I have experienced in a hot minute. Dashing and leaping to take quick shelter behind big boulders, pulling out your special weapon and going to fucking town on your enemies, sometimes your friends too, sorry, is the most satisfying act of gameplay. I remember seeing someone on Twitter mention that the gameplay feels or has a great deal of resemblance to Metal Gear Solid 5. Honestly, I see it. It's not a copy and paste, but the similarities are there. Whether the developers just took heavy inspiration from that gameplay style, I have no problem with, because god damn. Everyone's played Metal Gear Solid 5. If you haven't, you're dead to me. But everyone has played Metal Gear Solid 5. If you haven't,
you're more dead to me than your dead mother.
And I think we can all agree that the controls in that game are basically fucking like glaze coated in butter down to the coating. So I didn't think that beauty could be replicated, but here we are with its sister. Especially with the PC controls, this game runs smooth. That is if you have the processing power for it. This is no Cyberpunk 2077, the launch version at least, but it is a power heavy game. Yet when you're dropping literal bombs like this, you might run into some lag here and there. I mean, not unless you have a properly powered PC, in which I don't. Although with the wide amount of intense shit happening on screen and your computer begging, grasping at you, please, no more, why not just add a little bit more fun to that screen with a stratagem? Also known as a great finger workout. Stratagems are like COD airdrops fever dreams because not only can you choose a 500 kg nuke to be dropped, but you can have up to 4 choices. Count them, 4. They can be special weapons, nukes, airstrikes, turrets, whatever you want out of this select list. Of course, there is a cooldown limit, so that way you can't just be like, 500, 500, 500, turret, no, 500. They're great for any occasion, even for gender reveal parties. Yet, charging in a battle with your group of friends who have their own assortment of weapons that can wreak all sorts of havoc is one of the most fun and exciting things you can experience. To me, this fulfills a craving that I had been fiending for years. Games like Destiny, Fortnite, Rainbow Six, and others were just kind of like missing something from them that I needed. Well, Destiny was just missing the exciting element of it and fun. It might be the democracy running through the course of my veins talking, but the people over at Arrowhead just found all of the right components to combine into this game. There's a lot of detail with the tiniest aspect of the gameplay. Like, you actually have to pay attention to your shooting and aiming reticle because of the recoil from the different guns you choose. You can toss back grenades, the destruction of the landscape, which has always been a little detail I fucking love. The way they go about the ammo and reloading in this game. If you type something and you're in like the chat in the game, your character will be typing it out on their wrist thingy, their little thingy. Cosmetic shit like your cape and armor being torn, bloody and battered after like being blown to bits. I said earlier, and I'll say it again, I love this fucking gameplay. The feel is something I just can't get enough of. Even still with a mouse and keyboard, there's plenty of weight to be felt. Like when you hit your friends off a hill, shooting automatons, rushing to the dropship in a storm of gunfire and slug juice, it's great. My only nitpick for this game is the battle pass stuff. I am miffed that this kind of method has become an industry norm, yet where a Fortnite and etc. fails, Helldivers 2 exceeds so smartly. Picture this, children, picture this. There's 2 separate battle passes, or acquisitions of what they're called. One that you have access to right off the bat. You don't have to pay anything except for what you pay for the game. It's just there from the beginning, right? No gimmicks. And then the gimmick. So throughout the main battle pass, you are able to buy emotes, armor, weapons, etc. with medals that you earn at the end of missions and by collecting like stuff through it, whatever. Something you can find on the battlefield in some missions, and also buy these in the battle passes with your medals are these things called super credits, which by saving up and playing the fucking game, you can unlock the next battle pass without spending like an actual goddamn dollar. What the fuck?
Now why can't you be like your cousin over there, huh? I'm spending too much money on you, too damn much money on you, and for what? A goddamn Peter Griffin skin? Fuck. Need my drink.
It is crazy that I almost skipped out on this beauty of a game. Partially because when I saw the game, I was just taking a quick gander at it. I went, oh, another shooter game, cool. Also because of all the negativity around the high amount of server issues they were having around the time of its launch. Glad that they're fixed now, with a little hiccup every once in a while. Helldivers 2 keeps impressing me with fun, anger, and beauty every time I play it. Once again, the beautiful people over at Arrowhead have done an amazing job with this game and are still listening to fans and giving us great content. Now, I will mention, since writing, recording, and being in the purgatory that is just trying to finish this fucking video, the reception around Helldivers 2 has changed a little bit. Nothing negative, but more so a lot of criticism has spawned from the recent updates and nerfs and whatnot, and personally, I'm just kind of someone who enjoys playing the game. Just as simple as that. I don't really pay attention to that, except for like when a new map or enemies or whatever the fucking vehicles are going to be introduced. I only paid attention to that stuff. I don't really notice if something gets super nerfed or whatnot. I go into Helldivers 2 and I have fun. But hell, regardless about how you feel about the game's current status and whatnot, you gotta give credit to PlayStation. Hell, gotta give credit to the stupid and dumb PlayStation for publishing the game, even though they're forcing owners to have a PSN login. Hell, gotta give credit to PlayStation for coming to their senses and realizing how to take a Colt 45 1911 P6.45 bullet out of their foot. Helldivers 2 is great. The most fun I've had with a AAA multiplayer game, maybe since, fuck dude, I can't even think. Definitely not with Destiny 2. For me, Helldivers 2 sets such a high bar for what AAA multiplayer games should bring in terms of quality and the type of content. It does jog my gamer brain, my monkey gamer brain, not to mention, as to why this just can't be the industry standard. Why can we not move forward for this to be the industry standard anyway? Now wait a minute.